another video. This is going to be mainly geared towards the fellas. Ladies, you can use it to apply the knowledge accordingly. But I speak and say this for the guys because of the old social norms of pursuing someone that you're interested in. Through many of my other male clients and their backstory and their engagements with narcissistic type individuals, players, hustlers, whatever. All right, it's just not a narcissist thing here on this conversation. But fellas, it is being said, and you hear it frequently, that the man pursues and goes after what he wants. That's true. But we also have to be mindful that in this day and age, we are not in the same times where things were valued the same, where the protocol and approaches were honored the same either. We're not in the 50s anymore. We're not in the 60s. We're not in the 70s. We're not in the 80s. Hell, we're not even in the 90s, right? It's 2024. And now those pursue tactics can be used against you. And I'll tell you why. So here's the deal. A lot of times, especially now, when someone and you're hitting it off well, and just if you've had this situation, you've had it. But I'm going to give this example. If you hit it off well, things were going good. You were going through, it's been a little while. Then all of a sudden, the person backs away or backs off. Or they have an excuse to back off. Nothing has been done, really. Nothing. There's been no triggers or anything. You guys haven't even been intimate or anything like that yet. You've hung out a few times. Everything was good. And then the person all of a sudden backs off, right? Now, if you're programmed and wired to do the chasing and not give up, put in more effort, try to find out what's going on because it doesn't make any sense. Oftentimes people that are narcissists especially, but also players, hustlers of the sort, will use that tactic to see just how much you will pursue, right? Because within the pursuit lies and says a lot about what type of person you are and how they're going to dupe you, play you, use you, gain control over the situation, therefore moving forward. Because if you sit back and try to rectify the situation, try to get an understanding of what's going on, and you're asking, and they're telling you, oh, I need time, and this and that, and then all of a sudden, week later, 2 weeks later, sometimes a month later, they pop back up, right? Now, a lot of you in your mind, you're hardwired to think, well, nothing went wrong. They said they just needed a little bit space, so forth and so on. You try to pursue, you try to make it happen because you want the connection. Nothing happened in between this time. And this was where it's powerful. This is where the twist comes into play at. Nothing happened significantly enough to make it to where y'all shouldn't talk again if it came up. But here's the key element. If nothing happened and it was going smooth and the person backed out, right? You try to pursue this and you try to, figure out what was wrong going on and so forth. Or you respected it and you backed off, but you had hope. Because that's what it's designed to do. It's designed to make you hang on to hope while they keep moving the goalposts further and further, right? Goalpost started off in the end zone. Now it's at the 50-yard line, somewhere where it doesn't even supposed to be in the first place, right? We're in a different time. This time, if you're pursuing, you have to be very careful in who you're choosing to pursue, and you should only pursue so much if you're going to do it. It should not require a whole lot of effort, because some people will use that pursuit against you, because pursuit is reflecting of how much desire you have towards them. And again, ladies, here's the thing. If you're old fashioned, it's times to change now, because of the bad apples that are using the pursuit of the male, that are using that strong desire of that male wanting to go after what they want. They're using it against them. They're stringing them along. They're playing the mind games very subtly, very subtly. And I get a lot of guys, man, that get caught up in that and wonder why the person is, on and off, hot and cold. They're building up such intensity of a desire, right? Intense sexual desire as well. Because they may have flirted with you, done, little things. It was nothing overboard, right? Very subtle type of stuff. But they're anchoring, they're planting seeds, right? To get you to see what could be. But then take the potential or the possibility of what could be away without reason. Now you're hanging on. Now it makes you desire and want to know what happened even more. Let me tell you something. If that happens, or things should progress along in a certain way. But if you see that happen and it just dissipates, they're running game on you. It's game. Tell y'all that it's not what they're looking for. They want to back off, this and that. Then they come back a week later, 2 weeks later. Just leave. Here's what I would do. The moment it happens, blocked on everything. That includes social media, whatever, and their number. Never look back again. I'm telling you, because it will happen again. I advise every guy that I've had as a client on this, and have this particular situation go down, at least, do not look back. Do not look back. Once that happens, move forward. Because there's something, the smallest gestures speak the loudest volumes, right? There's a lot more to that than meets the eye, than what you can see. You're being set up for something later. You just can't see it. But of course, it's designed to work that way. And lo and behold, if you take them back, then, they know now. Oh, you were still waiting on me. Oh, you're still willing to pick up. Here's the thing with people that do that. They know. This is what they know. They know that you're supposed to move on. Right? It's like throwing bait out into the water. Right? Think about if you threw bait out in a pool, pond, whatever. Well, let's hypothetically say these fish were tagged and they know who caught them. You catch them, you're going to eat them, but you're like, nah, let me throw them back. And you tell the fish, the fish seen that you had the pot and everything ready to cook them, but you threw them back in. Then they throw the bait out again. And then you go back knowing what happened last time, right? You go back, you bite on that bait, and this time they cook you, right? Because they're looking at, well, you must want to be eaten. You came back. You see, I was about to throw you on that pan, and I was about to make some fish and grits with you the first time. But I gave you a slide. I let you slide, but you came back. You want to be the main entree tonight. And that's how it works with these individuals that know what they're doing. And they know you're supposed to not look back. You're supposed to only pursue so much, because people can use that to keep you pursuing because it's giving them a gauge of how strongly you desire them, but it's also giving them the power to manipulate you as well. There has to be a balance with these things, folks. Especially the fellas. There's got to be a balance, man. Yeah, you can want to pursue and go after someone you have an interest in, but today, you run a risk. So many games being played. So many twists and turns and angles of approach and deception being used. And if you over pursue, you'll end up being somebody's main entree. Anyway, I'm not going to go too much into that. Just want to throw that message out there. Hope this resonates. Fellas, take heed. Ladies, if this applies to you, if you had the situation, same thing. Take heed. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. One-on-one consultations. Click the link in the description box. Shoot me an email. I'll get you information on how to go about doing that and times and availability. Until next time, y'all have a good one.